La, la, la. Hey, yeah, yeah. If you've welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. I'm just going to just jump in there. If you've heard the saying, sitting is the new smoking, you know, people say that's just not good for you. Yeah. Just sit all day long.
Imagine sitting and smoking at the same time. That's
double dose of bad.
Wow.
Well, it's you know, we are inactive sometimes, and we are here with Amanda Sterczyk.
Hello, thank
Stretchy
you.
Amanda, I call
Amanda.
her. Because her last name's too hard for me, so Stretchy Amanda works.
That's okay.
Fair enough.
Stretchy Amanda works. And you're going to talk to us a little bit about getting more active and moving a bit more.
Right, so sitting is not the problem. I mean, a lot of people, when they started hearing sitting as the new smoking, went and threw out their chairs and got standing desks.
Right.
It's inactivity.
Okay.
It's the lack of movement. It's sitting in the same position
For an extended period of time.
For hours. Days, years, decades, right? You know, people retire and they start to get all these injuries because they've been like this, overloading their body the wrong way.
I mean, I'm someone who works at a computer, I write, so I sit sometimes for hours, and sometimes you need to get into that zone, you know?
Yeah.
So you need to spend sometimes a few hours sitting. So how do you sort of break up those hours when you're sitting
So I know sometimes people recommend setting a timer, but if you're in the zone, if you're writing, you might be in a meeting where you can't be moving around a lot, but there's lots of little tweaks that you can do.
Okay.
So if you're sitting in a meeting, for instance, and you have to sit still, you can't get up and move around so much, you can just sit, you know, you're under the desk and you just start drawing the alphabet with your foot.
Okay.
And this is a huge one for balance, for fall prevention.
I was about to say, Amanda, then you're like, C.
Yeah. You do it quietly, right?
Yeah. Quiet.
Quiet, sure.
But you know, or you're sitting on the bus commuting, right? It's full, you don't want to get up and start moving around on the bus. You can draw the letters of the alphabet. When you're waiting for the elevator, you can start to just do some side steps and try to go a little further, just trying to move your body in different ways.
Yeah.
Standing up every once in a while is important because we want to, gravity's our friend, right? We want to work against gravity. It helps move fluid in our bodies. And it helps to work the muscles because you have to work against gravity to lift yourself up. So you're strengthening your muscles, you're strengthening your bones. We don't want weak bones. We don't want tight and inflexible muscles. We don't want fluid pooling, you know, in our hands and wrists.
What do you think of when people stand at the desk or when they use the balls? You know, the big ball, and you sit on that and you move around.
So balls are awesome because it's active sitting versus passive sitting. This is what ends up happening with people is passive sitting. So they just sit in the same position for a long time.
Sure.
And then when they stand up, the muscles are tight,
right?
So you cannot align your joints properly. So at least when you're sitting on a ball, you're having to engage your core. You're actually more thoughtful about how you're sitting. The standing desks are a great example because you've gone from 8 hours of this to 8 hours of this. Still hunched over.
Still the same thing, really.
And you start to, all the blood pools in the bottom, or the fluid pools in the bottom of your legs, you can't actually concentrate if you're in pain.
Right.
You know, if you always have this, you know, circulation issue going on, because it's a lot of work for your heart to pump from down here all the way up.
Okay.
So you don't want to be solidly in one position. It's active moving, active sitting, just adding movement. The World Health Organization defines physical activity as any movement and energy expenditure where you use your muscles to move your body. It doesn't mean gym membership, sweating till you drop, special clothing. I mean, this is my work clothing, so I'm always in leggings, but you're moving when you're talking, you're standing, you're shifting. I see you're, it's good, you're moving from one foot to the other.
I'm one of those people where I'm sitting, I'm always shaking my leg.
Yeah.
I've done that forever, and that's just something I do.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of the curve.
That's good. So there you maybe
ahead of the curve.
Innovator. But I totally know what you mean, especially when you're driving. You say you drive a long distance, a couple hours, and what's the first thing you do whenever you get out of the car? You go,
you stretch.
Because everything is stiff. Everything is. So this guy here, which is the best drawing I've ever seen ever, by the way, like in the history of ever.
Thank you.
Sedentary
They're not
Sam.
coming for my art skills. I will just say that now.
So tell us, I mean, you obviously have some areas, the red circles. I mean, that's where we're affected the most, and it seems like it's a great portion of your body.
It's almost your whole body.
Now, I'm curious actually about this part. Why the top of the head? I mean...
Foggy brain.
Really?
Right? You can't concentrate because your heart and your muscles helping your heart pump blood and oxygen to all parts of your body are not working. So you know sometimes how it's tough to concentrate and your head is in a cloud, you read the same sentence over multiple times.
Right.
It's because you've been sitting too long. You need to just get up and move. Motion is lotion.
Right.
And you have a workshop coming up as well?
I do. I have a free workshop. So these are workshops that I'm offering in organizations if people want to bring me in. But for March, I have a free one, March 31st, at the Unrefined Olive in the Glebe, 6 to 7:30 on a Thursday evening. People can get in touch with me to RSVP.
Okay,
amazing.
sounds
Find
great.
out more. Thank you.
You're
And
awesome.
get moving.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
It's so
You're welcome.
easy.
Thank
Just
you.
move.
Yeah,
Just
it
move.
is, right? Just
You know?
don't just, yeah.
I'm not too sure about the on the elevator thing.
No.
Though, where you're just like, just going to the second
Well,
floor.
But even if you're, lifting your leg, moving around, even
Do
if
what you got to do.
shift
Just
side
move,
to
okay?
side.
It's your body. Do whatever you got to do.
Thanks so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. Stick around with more Daytime. We are coming back with Let the Talent Show. Show.
More details on the way.